What's going on, guys? I'm YST, and welcome to the free-to-play series 2025, where the Alistair Wanderers are going head-to-head against the Queen of Hearts, which is the team that I'm a part of, and then also you guys in the community battling it out for the top places on those leaderboards. And I gotta say, I've been having a ton of fun with this series over on the live streams, and seeing what kind of pools that you got, the direction you chose to take your accounts, and just going through the progression once more. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. But one thing that I haven't been enjoying is I've been having some terrible luck in terms of my summons. I'm talking rare, after rare, after rare, after rare, and then a trash epic from my first Sacred Shard as well, which we'll speak about. But then all of the luck has changed because we summoned our first ever legendary champion yesterday. And I didn't record it, but I caught the screenshot, so we're going to showcase that. So we're currently on day number 4, but I summoned the legendary on day 3. And do you guys want to guess who it was before we actually reveal it? It's a barbarian. Is it a Mans the Magnificent? Is it a Valkyrie? Hopefully some of you guys actually guessed it here. Let's go into the champions. 3, 2, 1. We got a Pardon Clanfather. Welcome to the account, buddy. And I think this is an amazing pull such early on into the progression because, you know, books are scarce in this game. And we've also got Alice coming very, very soon. And I do want to invest my resources into that champion. But when you have a look here, yes, we get the benefit of an extra chance of removing a random debuff from allies. And then also the cooldown stuff. You know, cooldown here, bit of damage. But in the grand scheme of things, we could still enable the skills without needing any books. And even with this passive, each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, will fill the ally's turn meter by 10%. Kind of like a mini Senna Amberheart. And that's the most wanted champion I wanted for this series. So I'm actually very happy that we picked this dude up. So let's just have a quick look at what he's doing here. So we got removes all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs from all allies, and places 2 continuous heal buffs and a block debuffs for 2 turns on everybody. Like, we're facing so many Sun Wukongs in Arena, and this is just my great counter to the block buffs that he's placing. And then the heals is just carrying me through all of these PvE areas for sure, with the block debuffs as well. And if we go with this A2, another healing effect with an AoE attack and heals allies under continuous heal by 30%. In the clan boss, I've been taking crazy smacks, even though we're in normal. I can see once I level up my gear, he's going to make a drastic change and potentially keep me affinity friendly if I decide to fully book this to a 3-turn cooldown or just put him on a 4-to-3 ratio. We've also got this A1 for turn meter manipulation, which I've found useful in stuff like Fire Knight. But once we get this Ascension, that's going to be so good for Doom Tower for just cycling my turns, for sure. So in terms of other champions that we picked up here, so the only epic that I summoned from an Ancient was both the Rancid. And once again, loving this dude. Like, what an underrated champion. Let me know in the comments if this is somebody that you've used on your main accounts or even in the free-to-play series if you've pulled him. Like, removes 2 random debuffs from allies, heals them by 10%, increased accuracy into decreased accuracy, and a buff extender for my continuous heals and block debuffs of a Pardon. And then a heal reduction for the Fire Knight on a 2-time hitter, and a passive to reduce poison damage by 50%. I've been using him absolutely everywhere, especially because he's got a better aura than my Kayle, who was the starter champion for anyone that missed out on the live streams. By the way, there's like 11 hours of content over on the live stream section of my channel. So if you do want to spend some time to see the progression that we made up until this point, feel free to check those out. But yeah, both the Rancid been huge. Definitely carried me through campaign as well and dungeons. And then in terms of my promo code champion, I chose Allure. Now, loads of people were telling me, why didn't you go for Sun Wukong? There's Taragi out there, there's a Mordecai for Burns, and all phenomenal choices. I think for me, from a content standpoint, if I chose a Sun Wukong, I feel like he's going to overshadow Alice, and I didn't want to do that. Having like so many damage dealers and not figuring out which one do I want to build in a sense. So I felt like we're going to go with Allure, an epic champion. I feel like in terms of leaderboards, She's going to accelerate my account in the finite, especially if we could pull a dupe or a Kotar, which I'm hoping is going to come out of today's Void Shard. And then Kale, we're going to use for our campaign farmer. I think I've made the decision to take him to 6-star first. And then followed by Alice the Wanderer, who I'm in 2 minds to be my first 60 as well. Because we're not far away from it. Like, let's have a quick look at the chase here. Like, 2 days? Like, you know, I can wait 2 days for my first 6-star. But I am on road to getting it, and I'll explain why I've not actually taken a champion to 60 as well. Any other pools worth mentioning? Rain Beast, this was my Sacred Shard champion, guys. Like, we was on stream for ages, like, trying to beat the Halloween Halls boss. And because I've got all magic, it was just rolling the RNG. And both the Rancid, once again, was the reason why I was able to beat it in a shield set. And then, I don't know with this guy, man. Like, talk about 3 years ago, would have been really cool, but he's just not cutting it in this day and age for my liking. But great Faction Wars champion, I guess. Pair him with both the Rancids. I can see some nice synergies going on to potentially clear through some stages. So not a bad one. But he's going in the vote for now. And then here we're just saving off on some of the champions for Justicia, for the milestone missions towards Arbiter. A Prosecutor, actually a very good rare champion to pick up. And I feel like she coincides very nice with Allure. So is somebody that I'm keeping in the vault for now. So we got A1 turn meter reduction, decreased speed, big variation, and also increased accuracy and heal reduction. But yeah, I'm just keeping it just in case. These ones that have some nice effects here. Then apart from that, we've just been food, food, food. That's it. So you can see here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5-stars, or 4-stars, sorry. And now we're just slowly getting all the food up with level 30s as I'm doing my challenges at the same time. And I think if I put 100% to it, we'll be able to get a 6-star pretty much whenever I want. Like, I've got so many mystery shards for days. We've got like 400 nearly. And, you know, we can use gems for energy and all of that good stuff. In terms of Ugo, I've been slowly trying to do the milestone missions again because there's always that bit where, can you ascend this champion to 5-star and all of that stuff. So I've just been holding off on those until I see those missions come back around. So yeah, that was basically in terms of my champions. The gear drops have been trash, to say the least, for sure. We've got some speed boots, and you can see how long I've been trying to farm HP percent, gauntlets, chestplate, and boots for challenges. And you can also see how long I spent in the sewers of Arnok trying to farm attack percent. Like, Raid, if you're watching this, please, I've been saying it for 3 years. I can't show you the challenges which I'm referring to right now, but they're like, what was it? Farm attack percent, gloves, chestplate, and boots from normal. Change that to normal or higher, please, Raid. I was in there, like, do you know what's even worse? I think this one was worse, the one before this, because this one's not too bad. I'm sure I'll be able to do this whilst farming champions. This is what's very important with the higher stuff, because I can go into these stages, farm up my food champions while trying to get these attack percent gear here. But with the other one, we're hardly getting any XP for our account, and it's just tedious to do, trying to get the stats that you want. But the HP percent one yesterday, I wasted 900 energy. Yes, 900 energy, and also 300 gems trying to get HP percent, gloves, chestplate, and boots from the Carrot Castle. I think it was. It was brutal. Like, right now, I had around 1,100 gems yesterday, and then now we're around just 750. But the energy is starting to become a problem, and without promo codes, that's the only thing that's been keeping me topped up. So I'd like to unlock the Doom Tower very soon before the next rotation comes around, which is in 2 days. But yeah, KO, fully mastered. Potentially could have got another fully mastered, but I'm trying to save that for Alice, I feel. Or a Pardon. One of the two. But yeah, in terms of mission progress, we're doing very, very well, I must say. With just rank 5 champions. No 6-stars yet. And it's basically the arena stuff holding me back at the moment, because we're rolling the dice, hoping we could beat some teams, and trying to stay in silver as long as we can is very important. Because that's the best way for us to farm and defeat these champions, whereas if I just accelerated my account to gold, I'm not going to be able to do that, right? Especially with 6-star champions absolutely swarmed everywhere. And then we've got level 16 on the artifacts. Like, this stuff it's not hard at all. You see this mastery stuff here? This is what we're holding off on. I'm trying to be very cautious because last year I did 6-star, 6-star, 6-star. And I feel like that's the direction that most players should go because it allows you to unlock the tier 6 masteries and you're taking down clan boss better, therefore better rewards and better stages in the dungeons. But also I felt like for this year, I wanted to take a little bit of a different direction because I just avoided these missions and challenges last year and I found myself revisiting them all. And that was worse than what I'm going through right now because I'm managing to do all of this with rank 5 champions and allowing me to wait until Alice comes around so I can make up that decision of, do I go with Alice or do I go with Kale for my first 6-star, you know? But in terms of campaign farming, I think getting that 6-star is definitely something I'm trying to do because I'm not able to do 12-3 brutal. I'm only able to 12-6, was it 12-6? Yeah, this one here for the speed boots, and I'm just farming this one with Kale, which you can do solo at rank 50. So still pretty good in terms of XP, but it's not efficient, right? So yeah, arena, this kind of stuff is easy, and I'm hoping to get this sacred shard pretty much before Alice. Like, this stuff is not hard at all. You know, see this part here, get 4 rank 5 champions. If we did the first 6-star, I'd be struggling to starting to do this again, you know? A bit of progression stuff that would have stopped us in the roads. And then Fuse Justicia, so I guess farming those stages in the campaign is something I need to prepare for sure. And in terms of challenges, we are now on 4 of 5 of champions. This is just RNG, but upgrade a champion, upgrade skills, and level 50 or higher. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then, forgive me guys, stay hydrated. We're currently doing attack percent and stuff with the artifacts, but I'd say the most tedious parts are out of the way completely. You know, Sewers of Arnott, Carrot Castle, all of that stuff. Now we can start focusing on the stages that we really want to do, farming some decent gear, hopefully, and also getting some silver and XP in the process, and just developing our account from this moment. But last year, I left this for ages, and then when I had to go back, it was terrible. So I'm glad that I got that done last night whilst watching Hell Hades. And then dungeons, 5 of 5. We've been going through this pretty well. It's just stage 13. And I'm not going to rush towards this because if I get my Brutal Sacred, Milestone Sacred, and this Dungeon Sacred, that's going to be 3 Sacreds for an event that hopefully pops up to my liking. And I'm not talking about legendary champions. I'm talking about progressive chance epic champions. If we can get 15, 20, 25x to get a Geomancer, for instance, or a Venomage or someone of that caliber, that's where I'm going to make my RNG life for this series, right? We're not going to get a lot of sacreds. We're talking monthlies pretty much after this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Saving 3 sacreds for a good progressive chance epic and hopefully get somebody top tier in the future. Arena-wise, we're on 3 of 3 as well. It's just getting into that gold and farming some medals. Badges, we got a few as well, if we just have a quick look here. I guess now because the cat's out the bag, we can change this round. We could put a pod in here now. There we go. Our new favorite champion, hard carry. So for anyone that's been waiting around, we're going to do an ancient shard now, and then at the end of the video, we're doing a void shard. Why not? It's the first video. We've only been doing streams. Give us an epic. Okay, we got a hatchet slinger. Sling yourself out of here. We don't want it. We don't want it. So in terms of dungeons, actually no, what events is on right now? Dungeon Divers. These have actually been pretty good for me. I've been doing really well. I feel like Artifact Enhancement I was doing pretty well as well. We're trying to get the Dawncaller Sabbather. That's going to be nice. In terms of my novice tournament, I came 3rd. I got unlucky with a bunch of the community in my one, and they went crazy. So a big shout out to Lord LHH25 for securing that ancient. But I would have liked the gems, honestly. I would have preferred the gems for some energy for me. And anything else here? Let's go through the progression on dungeons. So as we mentioned, campaign, fully completed it. Just trying to freestyle for 100 brews, it looks like. Oh my, didn't realize it was that much. But it's good to kind of keep that stuff in the background. Arena, we've got up to silver 3 on purpose once again, trying to only do the arena when the challenges pop up. And we got some gems. We take that. We definitely take those. And we're level 34 in terms of account. Faction Wars, we're doing what we can. And in terms of dungeons, we're on stage 10. But I can do 11 and 12, honestly. It's just trying to just save energy once again for higher priority areas. And stage 11 here. Stage 11 here and stage 12. Stage 11 here. So basically just been doing what the thing's been telling me. I'm trying to push leaderboards a bit. But I would like to maybe push a bit higher in all of these whilst these keeps are open. And that's another reason why I push challenges before my 6-star first. Because once this one finishes, you know, you're starting to think about once every Sunday. And then this is when the progression slows down. Minotaur, not push too hard, just when the challenges tell me to. Event Dungeon has been crazy in terms of pinpoint accessories. The gear is nice, thinking about Allure and Ugo's, you know, it's nice. But the accessories is just giving me straight out boost to my champions. So I'm definitely farming this when I've not got anything else to do. But we got so much to do, so it's hard to do. Ice Golem. These ones just wherever I can, pretty much. Not been trying to push the limits yet. It's still early doors. And Finite, I believe I'm top of the leaderboard in the content creators. And that's because of Allure, right? That is because of Allure. Shall we try with this one? I think it was just the accuracy check, honestly. I think it was just the accuracy check. So, Kill goes through. Lot buffs. It's the speed. We don't have increased speed. I guess Tagore's our increased speed. But he hasn't got any gear on at the moment. I don't want to get blindsided and, you know, take this champion to 50 and this one and this one and this one and all over the place. I want to be able to focus on a few select champions, not get sidetracked from what we're trying to do here, and then start accelerating the account once we've done that. Yeah, am I making a mistake not doing our 6-star first? I think by now, I usually would. But Alice and, you know, a Pardon Clanfather and Kael, there's so many options going on in my head. We've lost this one. We've lost this one. It's just about speed and damage here and speed tuning. Last but not least, Clan Boss. Let's have a quick look at Clan Boss. So we're currently doing a 2 to 3 key normal. I'm going to lean towards the 3 key because that's what I did yesterday. Please give me some good potions here. What's this? In the bin. And yeah, I guess we're not going to do hard right now. I'll just show you a bit of this team. And it does really good against Spirit Affinity, but against Void, it's actually my first time doing it. But look at all of these heals from a Pardon. Decreased accuracy, so we don't take as much debuffs. Debuff blocked. And we haven't got enough accuracy on my Kael yet. And then that's where both the Ranzig comes in. Increased accuracy, allowing us to reach those stats without actually needing, you know, all of the accuracy banners and accessories. And yeah, basically it's just a 4 support team with Kael and just hopefully getting as much poison damage as we can. And the heals really keep us topped up here. But I guess once we get that War Master, everything's going to start becoming easier. And yeah, but a Pardon Clanfather, I don't think... Obviously, there's loads of better support champions in the game. Not saying that he's the best. But for where we are in the game, we're talking day 4. This dude is a huge carry because, like I mentioned earlier, he doesn't require books to be effective. He just requires books to get around to those cooldowns and some greater chances for the buff removals, right? But they're the kind of legendaries that I want this early on because, once again, I don't want to get sidetracked of where to put my legendary skill tomes because they're so scarce in this game. And once again, double cleansers. We can use this for taking off the stun target, the block debuffs to counter the decreased speed and keep us affinity friendly. I feel like a Pardon's definitely going to be in my main clan boss team. Now, the one downside is, with the 10 meter fills, that's going to throw us off the speed tune, right? But on my main account, I use Senna Amberheart, who's obviously far superior to a Pardon in terms of what she does. But that team's not speed tuned either. It's just about taking as many turns as you can in a short period amount of time. And I think that's the route I'm going to take until later on, up until Nightmare. But until that point, I feel like these heals are going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts. And those 10 meter fields is going to allow us to get more damage out in the lower boss turn counts to hopefully get some more overall damage here before we get wiped. We do around 1.4 to 1.6 million, if I'm not mistaken. But whilst this is on, let me just show you guys the leaderboard challenge here. So, in terms of the community, actually, no, on content creators first, I think I'm on a few of them, but as you see here, We're top of the Fire Knight because we chose the Allure. This is an area that loads of players will struggle with without these kind of champions or newts and all of that good stuff. So hopefully we can keep it up there. I'm going to keep pushing for that. And then also, Team Queen of Hearts winning. Let's go. I think someone else beat me in terms of Fire Knight on the leaderboard here. But I did want to see. So there's 2 rank 6 champions from Draven Free-to-Play. That's nuts. And Billups. Great Hall Development 14. Wow, someone's been cracking up with Arena. But yeah, you guys have been crushing it. And once again, if you guys want to check this out, I'll leave it in the description below for the tracker. Make sure you're checking out all the content creators, staying up to date with what they're doing as well, and see what your fellow competitors in the community are up to as well, and also the CCs. But it's amazing seeing literally thousands of people getting involved with this. I love it. And I think this is our record here so far. 1.67 million damage dealt. We will take that. We did unlock the Chimera. Like I mentioned, we need to get into the Doom Tower. We've got 2 days until the next rotation. And I think Allure's going to be great for the Dark Fae and the Scarab King if we can get a shield champion in there. Like I mentioned, I did promise this. We've got a Void Shard and a Dream to wrap up the video. And hopefully we get something cool. Another rare Cold Heart. Harrier! I cannot say it. Sorry, Ash. Harrier! However he says it. But there we go. This shows the luck that I've been having before the Pardon. And hopefully we get some more luck like the Pardon. Looking forward. Guys, I wish you an amazing rest of your day. I might be streaming tonight. No promises. But if we do, it would be lovely to see you all again. And yeah, I'll catch you all on an episode soon. Peace.